Hi, my name's Dave Darcy. I'm the shooter-producer of Motorcycle Adventure Dirt Bike TV. I'm also the editor-at-large at Australian Adventure Bike magazine. And you can tell by my voice, I'm a little bit excited. I've just got the scoop of the century for Australian adventure riders. And there's a new announcement by Pirelli, and we're going to hook into that in a minute. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of things. Firstly, MAD TV has been sponsored by Link International, which are the importers of Pirelli tyres for some time. So I am supported by Pirelli tyres, but that doesn't stop my excitement. And there's a couple of other things. The first one is I want to have a shout out. Now, I don't normally do that, but I want to have a shout out to Eugene McMahon, or Gino as they call him. He's from Ireland. Gino, if you're watching, I know you're a mad fan. Thanks for joining us, and I just wanted to give you that shout out. Now, finally, membership. I've just kicked off membership for MAD TV. So if you want to support what we do, please join our membership. Over the coming months, that will become more developed and there'll be greater rewards available. But we're going to start off small, and I just encourage you to join the membership for MAD TV, and let's see where it takes us. So without any further ado, let's get in and let's get to talk with Dave O'Rourke, a Link International rep, who is the importer for Pirelli tyres. Well, what a scoop for MAD TV. With us tonight is Dave O'Rourke, who's from Link International, the distributor of Pirelli tyres in Australia. So, Dave, great to have you on. I bumped into Nick Selleck the other day at the Desert X launch, and he was really excited. There's a new Pirelli Scorpion Rally tyre coming out, tubeless, and it's landed in Australia. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, Dave, it's been a long time coming for us. We've all heard the COVID delays, and some of them have been excuses, but in the case of this tyre, it's absolutely been a real delay as far as production goes, with staff shortages and raw material shortages and all the rest of it. But we've literally got a photo from the warehouse yesterday. We've got them here in a small number to begin with, but we've got another container arriving shortly that should have plenty of tyres in it. But I think we'll get most of our customers satisfied in this first shipment.
Yeah, well, it's exciting for me because not only are they tubeless, so they can be tubeless, or you can put tubes in them, so there's flexibility there. But it's the measurements that have got me excited because, owning a T7 and riding the Ducati and knowing what the 890 needs. So the dimensions of the tyre are 150, 70, 18 for the rear. So it's just a bit bigger block.
Yeah, that's right. We've lacked a tyre in that specific size for quite some time. I think even dating back to possibly the 990s might have even run that size in the KTM. But, ever since the T7 came out, it's really highlighted our need for that tyre. And obviously 790, 890, it's basically become, what are we calling it, Dave? A mid-range adventure bike now, mid-size adventure bike.
Yeah.
That tyre size, that 150, 70, 18. So for quite some time, we've had a 140, 80, 18, which has been a really good knobby tyre for the T7 and a couple of other bikes, but it really, it's not a tubeless tyre. So we couldn't do anything with the 790, 890, Desert X, and now the Aprilia Tuareg. So Pirelli have been working on this tyre for quite some time, and I'm really happy to let the MAD TV viewers know that it is available in that 150, 70, 18. I'm sure we'll have some images to have a look at some stage. But yeah, it's a block pattern knobby tyre. There is some confusion sometimes with the Scorpion Rally range. Pirelli have three different versions of the Scorpion Rally. So they have the Scorpion Rally Race, which is our tube type tyre, which comes in two sizes, the 90/90 21 and the 140 80/18, which has been, honestly, the front tyre most people know of. They've used that in a lot of applications. And that's been a really good seller for the T7, thanks to a couple of our guys at the Ride ADV that have been pushing it, and some of the other guys out there that really love and have tried a whole bunch of different tyres and find that works really well. In fact, the T7 was initially made, was initially tested with that tyre on it. So that's why it's done so well. But we haven't had, like I said, the tubeless type. So going from the Scorpion Rally race, we go to the Scorpion Rally, which is this new tyre we're talking about, the 150/70/18. It's a radial tyre. It's tube type, so it's quite a strong tyre. It'll get a really good, it's got a nice hard carcass in it, so it's not going to suffer pinch flats easily. It's got a good broad knobby base on it, and it'll work really, really well in the mud. And then you've got the Scorpion Rally STR, which does cause a little bit of confusion with some of our consumers. But essentially, the Rally STR is the OEM tyre. So anyone that's bought a Desert X, a Multistrada, Enduro, Tuareg, T7 will know of the Scorpion Rally STR because that's the OEM tyre on the bike. So that sort of sits at a 50-50 market, whereas the Scorpion Rally is more at a 70-30, 80-20 type off-road market. So it's a lot more off-road focused.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've just finished the test on the Desert X, and there was this very slippery clay corner that I was backing it into, and then under the power with the STRs, and being a Scorpion user, I could tell that I'd taken that tyre beyond its limits. And, I was hunting around. I was thinking to myself, gee, I'd like my Scorpion Rallies on it. And then Nick comes out and says, well, hang on a minute, there's a tubeless one coming. So, that's ideal. That will just nail that bike's handling as a dirt-oriented adventurer. But everyone else is going to be smiling because it's going to be great on the T7. It's going to be great.
Well, as you said, Dave, it's a tubeless tyre, but it's no problems with being a tube type tyre. So when you look at a tyre, you'll sometimes see on the side it'll have TT or TL, and that's the designation for TL is tubeless and TT is tube type. So obviously it's not advised to run it the other way around, but you can definitely throw a tube in a tubeless tyre. But it's definitely going to, for us, it's a real corner of that market that we've been waiting, personally for me too, as a T7 owner, to give it a trial. Not that I've been unhappy with my 140/80/18.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we've had the guys at Ducati knocking on our warehouse door, like, when is this tyre arriving? And we're like, it's coming, we promise it's coming. So it's here. And I think a lot of anyone on those mid-size adventure bikes that take that tyre, urge them to give it a go. And I think they'll find it hard to beat the performance of that tyre.
Yeah, I can't wait to give it a run. The front tyre is going to be 90/90/21. And that'll be interesting too, because that's tubeless and I'll have those carcass advantages as well.
Yeah, you've got two options there. I mean, there is a 90/90/21 tubeless version coming. It's not as knobby as the 90/90/21 tube type version, but still a lot more aggressive than like a Rally STR. So it depends. I mean, I know I've got a lot of customers that run 790, 890 KTMs that run a tube type front because they really like the option of having. You tend to get knobbier tyres with the tube type for whatever reason, but you can run both. So those guys tend to run the tube type. But we've got a tubeless version coming shortly as well for the front.
Yeah, I can imagine myself mixing and matching. I'd like to keep with my Scorpion that I've got now, and probably put the 150 on the back, and I reckon that'll be a great combination. I can see a lot of people doing that. Yeah,
look, as you know, it's a lot about that front end feel, right? That's what gives you the confidence in the steering, the handling of the bike. Personally, I'm happy to sacrifice a bit of wear on a tyre for a really good feel. I see a lot of people comment online about how long does it last on the road and how does it handle the twisties. But let me tell you, if I'm stuck at the bottom of a muddy ravine and I'm trying to get a 200+ kilo motorbike out of there, I want knobs. I'm happy to forego a little bit of road prowess for getting the hell out of there.
The 150 should have a little bit more better wear though, shouldn't it? It should have a longer wear because of the size of the knobs and just the structure of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a lot stronger carcass than that 140 tyre, but it'll also have what they call a larger contact patch. So when you think about how much a tyre actually touches the ground, so it's going to have a larger contact patch because it's got a larger diameter than a 140 tyre. But it's got bigger knobs. So the 140 has a shallower knobs. This 150 is actually going to have larger, deeper knobs as well. So the increased traction as well as increased life should be pretty good out of this tyre.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Well, Dave, thanks for coming along, and thanks for supporting Mad TV. You know, Link and through Pirelli have been a long time supporter of Mad TV. It's great to get this scoop. I'm really happy with that, I can tell you.
Look. To be honest, Dave, it's been a mystery tyre. Like, you know, we've known Pirelli's had it in production for quite some time, or on the production schedule. I mean, I first got an email about it, and it was on my system to say delivery April 2020. Now, we all know what happened in early 2020. So to get that pushed back to August 2020, then February 21, then, you know, all the way now, we're talking almost into 23. Yeah. And I think the timing's right for us, especially with the popularity of the Tuareg and the Desert X.
Yeah.
I've got personal mates with Desert X's that are going to be watching this video, I'm sure. And and they've already they're on that back order list that I'm feeling today. So really excited to hear back from your viewers when they do try the tyre and let us know. We're always open to feedback, good, bad, or ugly. So you know, don't forget to put them in the comment section and let us know.
Yeah, I've got to say, you know, riding the Desert X, you know, I've just spent the last couple of weeks on it, done over 3,000 Ks, and that had the STRs on it. For the most part, I found the STRs fine. I thought they were a good tyre. And it was only on that first day when we're in really greasy clay did I find that I went beyond the limits of the STR, and I was, you know, hunkering down for my Scorpions. But yeah, I was surprised. You know, they do all right, and if you weren't going too hardcore and you knew you weren't going into mud, they're still not a bad tyre.
Mate, they're actually okay. I think there is a general perception out there that OE tyres are cheap and nasty, and you know, you rip them off the bike and donate them to the local scrap heap to go and live their life. But I think, you know, I mean, I'm, you know, in the tyre business, I'm always looking at what's coming as an OE tyre and an OE option, and it's actually a pretty good gravel road option for a lot of these motorcycles. You know, there are people out there that expect a knobbier tyre on the bike, I suppose, but from an OEM's point of view, like Ducati and Yamaha and Aprilia and KTM, that they can't really put a bike out there with a tyre that's going to last, you know, a couple of thousand Ks maybe for someone who's aggressive, that they might get that out of, you know. So, but I've got a lot of positive feedback. In matter of fact, I've got a lot of customers that run a Scorpion Rally front with an SCR rear because they like that really good feel in the front, but they get some really good life out of that back tyre as well. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, the risk of dwelling on it too long, that's, you know, that first day of riding on the Desert X, that's the thing. If I had my ultimate there, that would have been the Scorpion Rally on the front tubed, and the back isn't as important in that really slippery stuff. But
I will give your guys a bit of a heads up that Link International is running a promo at the moment. It runs through to February. As we speak, the World Superbikes are on in Phillip Island this weekend. Yeah. Now, for your viewers, you can buy within Australia, you can buy a set of Scorpion Rally STRs or Scorpion Rallies from your local dealer and submit the receipt onto our Link International website. And they'll score a free 3-day pass to the World Superbikes in February 22. Now, there is some great riding between Brisbane and Melbourne, Sydney and Melbourne, and Melbourne to Melbourne to get on those back roads and head on down and make the World Superbikes an event to get to. Gee,
mate, that's a good. So I get a scoop and we get a discount on the tyres.
Absolutely. Free 3-day pass to the World Superbikes. And hey, Ducati just won the World Superbike Championship, so there's never been a better time to do it.
Yeah, so Dave, it's great to hear from you today. Exciting news. I look forward to trying these tyres out, and thanks for the scoop. And
hey, anytime, mate. We've got something new coming. I'll keep you in the loop.
All right, mate. Well, thanks so much, Dave, and we'll see you around the traps.
Thanks again. See you next time.